And just like that, it was time to get off the ship. And here we are waiting on a brisk morning for the taxi to take us over to the car rental company. We use Blue Rental Car, based in Reykjavik there, not too far away. We managed to Jenga all our belongings into the car. It was very comfortable actually. And then Jay from ParaDJ did all the driving, and we headed off on our adventures down to Vik. After about 40 minutes of driving and looking at all the views and everything, we decided we really needed a coffee. So this is Joe and the Juice. I believe it's like a chain there. I went with a cappuccino. Very nice it was, and warmly welcomed. Before we knew it, we were at Selijalandsfoss, one of many waterfalls we were going to visit that day or see. Wow, people, this place is incredible. I would highly recommend. It's included in your stop in Iceland. Phenomenal. Easily accessible from parking, which you do have to pay for. You can just stroll up. It's paved area. And even from this distance, you can feel the power of the waterfall. Super excited to get close to it. It was awe-inspiring. Now, if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous and you have all your wet weather gear on, off to the right of the waterfall, you'll see there's a pathway that leads behind it. Great Instagram opportunities here if you're willing to get super wet on a really cold day. And then it was time to get back into the car, somewhat damper than when we left it for sure. And we were heading, our next stop was going to be Skogafoss, which is another well-known waterfall just a bit further down from Selijalandsfoss. So yeah, we drove along the road and we had these beautiful vistas to accompany our journey. Absolutely awe-inspiring. Along the way, you can see, you zoom in, just lots of waterfalls all coming out of the craggy rocks. Lots of geology, just so much going on here. Incredible. I don't know if you can get the scale here, but these huge boulders had come down from this rocky area up there. Phenomenal. Apparently, when they have moss on them, they've been there for hundreds of years. So this happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Stunning. Excited doesn't really cut it. I was amazed. I was like, glacier! So Jay did a U-turn. We went over like this Mars-like area here, this crazy moon-like scape, and he drove off-road to get me pictures of my first glacier. We couldn't get up close, but we got as close as we could, and I zoomed in and took these pictures. I shall never forget it. Amazing. Next stop, Skogafoss. Wow, this place was busy, it was cold, but it was worth it. Unbelievable. If you want to take that path, it's 500 steps to the top. Wasn't going to happen. But you can explore it from down below and you will be amazed. The sheer scale of Skogafoss is really what takes your breath away. You get down there, you see the little person in the yellow jacket. It is huge and so powerful. After leaving Skogafoss, we drove down to Vik Town. We went and did a little bit of shopping. There's a great iceware shop there. Then we thought, oh, we're hungry. This funny structure, I think, is a bar in the summer, but it's right outside the pub called the Strondin Pub, which is sort of well known in the area for sort of typical Icelandic foods. We tried some of their local water. It was free and very tasty. They also seem to have this obsession with Pepsi Max there for some reason, so of course we had to have one of those. We went with the fish and chips. This would set you back about equivalent to $30 US. Skool Beans Cafe is very Instagrammable. It is a converted school bus which has two very hard-working baristas inside, knocking up incredible delights. Both hot, cold, and nibbles as well. We squeezed in there. J and D, you know, being 6 foot plus, had to like duck most of the way. We ended up with a nice, beautiful hot chocolate, just what we needed for that day, I can tell you. And finally, what we really had come for was the famous black sands beach of Raynisfjara, with its dangerous creeping or creeper waves, as they call them, that sweep people out if you're not watching. And of course, it's well known also for its basalt columns and geological features, of which it does not lack, trust me. Exploring Raynisfjara is a very unique experience. The black sands have this sort of like crunchy texture. You've got the geology of the columns behind you. You've got these crashing waves. I mean, the weather was very rough when we went there. It was lashing with rain. It was bitter cold and blowing about a 40-mile-an-hour wind. Everyone was way too close to these waves. I just couldn't get it. It was like freaking me out, to be honest with you. These people like running into them and like running out. I just had to like turn away and just like, oh look, geology. It worked for me. So these basalt columns were created by the cooling and contracting of the lava flows. Apparently if they're the smaller ones meant that they cooled faster, and the larger ones meant that they cooled slower. Either way, I think they're pretty cool. So the arch that you can see in the distance there is another area that you can visit that's very near to Raynisfjara beach. We didn't visit that day because the weather was very inclement. Also, fun fact, this is a really good area to find puffins. Sometime in June is probably best. And then there's also these information boards all about the geology in great detail. One thing Iceland is not short of is churches, and this was a cute little one nestled up here just off the black sand beach. Beautiful, quaint, simple. Pretty much our last stop for the day was the Rutshillir, or Ruts Cave as I think it's also known. This is a man-made structure up against a big craggy old rock. It is ancient. It's an old compound, probably from what they call heathen times. Has this very interesting stairs to get into it. It's full of sheep and goats, and I think it's used as like a sheep shed at the moment. But you can wander around, and it's quite interesting, if somewhat a little bit smelly. Go check it out. Well, that pretty much wraps it up, guys. We did find this cute little puffin statue on the way home. It was the only puffin we found the whole time we were there. Yeah, amazing day exploring down to the southern areas of Vik. Highly recommend getting that car, going out and exploring. Talking of exploring, next video, all those things happening. Thanks, guys, for watching the videos. Really means a lot to us. Please hit that notification bell, and please subscribe. This way we can keep on bringing more videos and learning and expanding our little community. Thank you so much once again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.